Today on Fourth and a Mile. Okay, making sure we're recording this time. Today on Fourth and a Mile, the GW students are pussies. Ichiro says goodbye to his playing days as in baseball, and Matt Harvey says to the Mets fans, goodbye. God damn it, Margaret. Bring back that Jack Daniels, damn it. Goodbye, everybody. That and plenty more. Stay tuned, guys. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in to Fourth and a Mile, presented by Planet Adam. I am your host, the Pharaoh, or God King, if you will, and you better will. I am Adam Fernandez, and this is Fourth and a Mile. First off, let me say happy, or not happy, anything. May the 4th be with you today, guys. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody. Yeah, it's my favorite day of the year because I am a big Star Wars, hell, we'll just say nerd. I'm a big Star Wars fanatic. So, yeah, it's my favorite day of the year. Also, today was the second straight day in which I binge watched Cobra Kai. I watched the whole show yesterday, and then I went back and watched the whole thing again today. I am a huge fanatic of that show. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was well done. I loved seeing Johnny back. I love seeing Daniel back. Even Daniel's mom comes back for an appearance. So it was really an awesome show. I do recommend you guys go out there and watch it. If you don't have YouTube Red and you have an Android phone, all you got to do is if you have Google Play, guess what? You have YouTube Red. If you don't have Google Play, then why the hell not? There's a lot of cool stuff that comes along with it. So I definitely recommend going out there and watching that show. And also, guys, do not forget, go over to bandcamp.com. That is bandcamp.com. And go check out A Bloody Chasm. They have their demo album up there. All you got to do is go to it and download the music you want to hear. It's a pretty cool site. You donate money, so it's really up to what you guys want to put in there. They have 5 or 6 songs on there, including the intro music to the show, or to this show. That song's called I Want to Rock and Roll. That's all you guys got to do is just go over there to bandcamp.com and check them out. It's a demo album, but it's fucking awesome. I know Jocelyn personally. She's a homegirl of mine. I met her a couple years ago back when she was playing with Cancer Slugs. She came out, they came on tour, and she was well, obviously she was one of them that came out here. And that's where I met her, and her and I have been homies ever since. So, yeah, go check them out. Yeah, and download the music. They'll be happy. And again, they promise they will not eat your faces if you download the music. But if you don't, then all bets are off. And, it's up to you. I already have it all downloaded. My face ain't going to get ate, so it don't matter to me. So, all right. So let's get into some of the news today. I'm trying to see who I got on here. I got Chelsea J. Reed. I don't know which one of y'all is actually watching it, but that's who I have right now. For those of y'all in YouTube land, it looks like it was recording way before I told it to record. Because, yeah, it's like already up to 10 minutes, so I apologize for that. I don't know why I was recording then. I never told it to, not until I started streaming. So yeah, on to the news for today. First off, I am going to also be watching the Cardinals and Cubs right now. Cardinals are up right now 3-0 in the top of the sixth. Amora Jr. is batting. Miles Michaelis is pitching. Michaelis has pitched one hell of a game so far. I'm actually quite impressed. I know during spring training on this show, I was pretty much bad-mouthing him, saying, why the hell are you going to sign this guy? But so far this season, he's looked great for the Cardinals. Probably their most stable pitcher. I'd say the best pitcher is still Carlos Martinez, but he has some flashes of less than mediocrity every now and then. But Michaelis has been pretty damn sturdy all year so far. This is the oldest rivalry in American sports, and it's also my favorite team. So, yes, I'm going to sit here and watch my Cardinals play. Tomorrow, I'm thinking about possibly doing where you're not even going to see me on the camera. You're just going to see the 4th and the Mile logo, and that's all it's going to be. Where I'll just sit here and do a play-by-play commentary of the game, just because I want to hear how I sound, because that's something I've always wanted to do, is be a play-by-play guy for baseball. So, yeah, so I'm watching that right now too while talking to you guys. So let's go ahead and get into the news. First off, this is probably the most absurd shit I've heard all day long. George Washington University, based in Washington, D.C., that is the alma mater of, I guess, an idol of mine. I don't know if he could be an idol of mine, being that he's only a couple months older than me. But a guy that does the same thing, he's got to show himself, only his actually has people watch it. Clay Travis, he went to George Washington University. That's where he got his bachelor's from. But also, I've known about George Washington University for a long time, because they've actually had a pretty good basketball program over there. I don't know how good their football team is. They're an FCS school, so I don't know. But FCS schools do play in college basketball against the FBS schools. So, but yes, George Washington University today, the students sent a letter requesting that they change the mascot of the university from the Colonials. That's been their mascot since the university has been around, since the early 1900s. The university is named after George Washington, who was the general of, who was it again? Oh yeah, the Colonials. They want to change the name of the university because they, in their letter, said it equates to, or the name Colonials equates to terrorists. And the students at the university shouldn't be afraid to go to school there because they are the Colonials, or the terrorists. And they're citing the European colonial era that went basically from the 1700s into the 1800s, actually even into the early 1900s, as their reason for the name Colonials to be offensive. This is as like point A of the argument about millennials being pussies that I could ever think of. This is spot on to that statement. A statement that I've been making for years. Not on this show, obviously, because the show just started back in November, and still not that anyone would have seen it anyways. But they're called the Colonials, and the name is after the colonial army that George Washington was a general of, that defeated the British to end the British tyranny over here in the United States, or over here in the Americas, and thus created the United States of America, which has been the greatest country. I was about to say in the world since, but no, in the history of the world. And I don't care if you agree with me or not on that one. Really, I don't give a shit. If you disagree with that, if you're one of these guys that are like these little pussies at George Washington University, that disagree with my take of America, then I don't give a shit. I really don't. Fact of the matter is, you probably need to get your pamper changed anyway. So, yeah, I'm not going to argue that point. What I am going to argue is how stupid this is, and what's even more stupid is that they're trying to change the name to, well, they've listed several, but the two that are most prominent are the George Washington University River Horses. I have no idea what the fuck a river horse is. I've never heard of that in my life. If there is such a thing as a river horse, I've never seen it. I don't know what it is. And the other one is based off of a statue that the university president bought a few years ago at either an auction or a garage sale. I don't think it's been confirmed either way yet. Of a hippopotamus. And he put it there at the university. So they're wanting to change the name to the George Washington University Hippos. Hippos are a bad animal. I mean, they're a badass animal. They kill a lot of things. They are probably one of the most vicious animals alive. They really are. I mean, I'm not just making that up, to try to make hippos sound bad. No, they really do. They kill a lot of things, including people over there in Africa. But to say that the hippo is in any way intimidating or something prideful, sorry, it's a big fat fucking thing with ugly teeth. That's what a hippo is. Yeah, it kills a lot of people, but it kills a lot of people because it weighs more than, kills a lot of things, but that's because it weighs a shit ton more than a lot of things. So that is what they're trying to change the university into from the colonials, which is very emblematic of George Washington. Again, he was the general of the colonial army during the Revolutionary War. Why is that offensive? Just because European countries were also colonizing, say, Africa, India? Yeah, they were. Nobody's denying that. You're not going to hear me deny that. You're not going to hear me apologize for it either, because I had nothing to do with it. But you're not going to hear me deny it. Yeah, they were colonizing over there. So why is that offensive for them to be named the colonials? Because it has nothing to do with the European colonization of Africa, India. It has everything to do with that was the name of the army that George Washington was the general of. So, if come next college basketball season, George Washington University is named the George Washington University River Horses or the George Washington University Hippos and not the George Washington University Colonials, that is it. That is the very last bit that I will ever watch basketball again. Because I really don't even watch the NBA. I really don't give that much of a shit about the NBA. I really even give less of a shit about college basketball other than the tournament time. But I won't even watch the tournament at all. Because that is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And these kids today, just, I swear to God, someone just needs to punch them in their in their collective faces, just to toughen them up and realize that if you're that concerned about being bullied, and that's what this essentially is, well, the kids feel bullied by going to a school that's nicknamed the Colonials. Well, you know what? Then they shouldn't have decided to go to that university, first off. But second off, if you're going to be offended by that and feel bullied or threatened by it, punch back. That's what you got to do. Don't try to change the name of the damn mascot don't try to change the damn mascot. That is absolutely ridiculous, and that's what this country is coming to. It is. Part of the reason I was so late getting started was I was actually stuck at Whataburger for what seemed like an hour because the person in front of me would not move and the person behind me didn't know what was going on, so she was yelling at me to move and I couldn't move. So, but I still got my milkshake. Don't worry, I got a Dr. Pepper right here too. We're good. All right, next bit of news. Matt Harvey. I told you guys about him the other day that he was spotted in a Los Angeles nightclub the night before a game against the San Diego Padres. And though several reports were that he was not drinking and that he was sober and da-da-da-da, there were also a ton of reports saying that, no, he was completely shit-faced. Last night, he went ahead and pitched for the Mets and essentially got booed off the mound by the fans there in New York. And as of today, the Mets want to option him down to AAA to try to get him to work on his mechanics and try to figure out what was going on. Matt Harvey wanted absolutely nothing to do with that. He no, I'm not going to go down to the minor leagues. I belong up here in the major leagues. Even though, like I told you guys the other day, he had an ERA in his first 4 starts of the season of 6.00. And in relief, he had pitched 4 innings and given up 2 earned runs in those 4 innings. So, which that equates to, hold on, let me do the math here. That would be an ERA of 5. So they wanted him to go on down and work it out. But again, like I said, he did not want to. And so the Mets have decided to go ahead and designate him for assignment. Those of you not in the know of baseball terminology, hey, what's going on there, Joey? Those of you guys who aren't in the know of baseball knowledge, designate for assignment basically means, well, you're fired. So what that is he gets basically put on waivers, and any team that wants to claim him off of waivers can claim him off of waivers. I don't know if there's going to be any team that wants to designate him off of waivers or to claim him off of waivers. At least not. And not at least send him to the minor leagues. I doubt very seriously he's going to be pitching in the major leagues here in the next several weeks. I seriously doubt that. Maybe a change of scenery is what he needs. This all stems back from, he's had several seasons where he just has not been that good. Since 2016, he's had an ERA of 5.93. And that is not a good ERA. This guy was the guy that was once considered the savior of the Mets. He was the the Dark Knight. I'm sorry, I was about to say Black Knight. Now I was thinking to myself, no, that's Monty Python, not Batman. They nicknamed him the Dark Knight. From 2012 to 2015, 2012 is when he started. He had an ERA of 2.53. That is a lot better than 5.93, which he had ever since then. So he's had issues going on for a while, and then last year he got suspended for 3 games because he missed a game, just didn't show up at the stadium because he got drunk as shit the night before and was too hungover to show up at the stadium. And then this incident comes up where he was spotted at a nightclub. Last night he gets booed off the mound because he gave up some runs. He's not having a very good year. Well, not a good year at all this year. So maybe a change of scenery is what he needs. Personally, I'm a guy that believes in second and third chances. After third, no. But second and third, yes. And so I hope to God that he can get himself cleaned up, that he can get his life straightened out. He's got a wife, I know. I think he has 1 kid, but maybe it's even 2 or 3. And so that's not a good look for that either. But yeah, I hope another team does decide to go ahead and pick him up. My guess is he's going to have to do time in the minors to see if he can work out whatever the hell he's got going wrong for him. But yeah, he needs he does need something, and I'm hoping it's just a change of scenery. If it's something more, then I hope he gets that too. All right, final bit of baseball news for the night. one of the all-time great players in my mind, and probably quite everybody else's as well. Ichiro Suzuki, just also known as just Ichiro, is hanging them up after 18 Major League Baseball seasons, which were preceded by 9 seasons in the Nippon Professional Baseball League, which is the Japanese baseball league. And so total, that's 27 years of professional baseball. He is 44 now. One of, if not the all-time greatest hitter. Depends on how you look at it. He had 3,089 hits in the major leagues, which falls about, I'm trying to do the math here, about 1,200 short of a little bit less than 1,200, about 1,100 short of where Pete Rose was. But in Japan in the NPL, he had 1,278 hits. So when you're talking about professional baseball hits, Ichiro has the most of all time. 2004, or rather 2001, he won both the American League Rookie of the Year and the American League MVP in one season. He was 27 at that time. In 2004, he collected 262 hits, which is the most all-time in a single season. And he is one of only 7 players with 3,000 hits and 500 stolen bases. 2 others in that group would be Ty Cobb and Ricky Henderson. Again, 2 of the very greatest to ever play the game. And then he's the only person in Major League Baseball to have 10 straight seasons with 200 or more hits. He is, again, one of the greatest ball players of all time, talent-wise. As a person, he's also just a great human being. He's universally loved throughout baseball. I don't know. I've never heard a single person say a single bad thing about Ichiro. He came over here to the U.S. not knowing a lick of English, he just started learning English, and I think it was in 2006, maybe 2007, before the All-Star game. He had a pep talk for the American League team in which he was speaking strictly English and was also dropping several F-bombs in that. He also dropped an F-bomb live on TV with Bob Costas in an interview, and he also learned some Spanish enough to at least use profanity towards the Hispanic baseball players. This guy loves profanity, apparently. But he's actually one of the nicest guys in the history of baseball, as well as one of the very best ball players of all time. Not only was he a great hitter, if there's any baseball fans on here, I don't even remember what year it was. It was when he was playing with the Mariners. They were playing against, or the first time he was playing with the Mariners. They were playing against the A's. Had a laser that he threw from right field to third base to throw out whoever the A's base runner was. I don't even remember who that was. But it was a beautiful throw. The guy could play. One thing he always said is if he wanted to hit more home runs, he could hit more home runs. He was never a big home run hitter. That wasn't his game. That's not the Japanese style of playing. The Japanese style of playing is very much similar to the dead ball era here, like guys like Ty Cobb. And so he would be right up there with Ty. In fact, I would bet you anything Ty Cobb would have nothing but respect for him. So it's sad to see that he's hanging him up. He's gonna take up a front. Fucking Jose Martinez. God, I cannot stand that guy. Not Ichiro. I love Ichiro. Jose Martinez, can't stand him. Anyways, he's hanging them up as far as playing days go, but he is taking a front office job with the Mariners, in which they are still allowing him to go down to the field before games and take some batting practice, which I think is pretty damn cool. So yeah, I hope to see more of him. I hope he gets into some position within the organization or anywhere in baseball in which we see more of him. I'm gonna miss the guy. I thought he was one of the greatest ball players to ever play the game. So all right, guys, so that's pretty much it for tonight. I know it's shorter than usual. Just had a lot of stuff going on today as well, so Yeah, it just made it kind of hard to get to. I was going to get to into this 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 list that I saw on Bleacher Report about the top 10 teams that could be Cinderella teams in college football this year. I did not see FAU on there, and so I was like, nah, fuck you, I'm not even going to worry about it. So, but all right, guys, other than that, I hope everyone out there, you guys have a great Friday night. Hopefully the weather is stopped and we just have the wet ground, not any more rain. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the weather report or anything like that. I'm not hearing any rain out there. So stay safe, everybody. I know us big Star Wars geeks, we're supposed to go off somewhere and celebrate May the 4th. But I'm going to probably stay on home. So, all right, so May the 4th be with all of you guys out there. And as always, besos.